clicker thing, but it's.
Yes.
Welcome to the Are You Ready podcast. I'm your host, Lady Rachelle. Today I have a special guest, and she's a friend of the family and an amazing author and amazing human being.
Thank you.
She's a wonderful, wonderful person. And I want you to introduce yourself because I couldn't do her justice. So please, welcome.
Yes, thank you so much. It is such an honor to be here. I want to call her Dr. Rachelle.
I know.
I call her Dr. Etiquette. On the Are You Ready show, I'm excited, I'm elated, and what a blessing, what a blessing.
Mm-hmm.
Are you ready? I believe that I am soaring at this moment
Yes.
for this opportunity. And for all those that are in the audience, welcome. You're in for an unforgettable treat.
Yes.
Rachelle, in terms of Moreale,
Uh-huh.
my name actually is part of Latin and French, and it's from the Morales family in terms of the Spaniards.
Wow.
Yes, which is Morales moral.
Yes.
And I just believe that when my mother and my godmother named me, they also was prophetic,
Yes.
that I may come through some things, but yet morality would be at the forefront.
Oh my goodness.
Yes, so thank you, Moreale. I'm a coach, I'm a minister, I'm Amazon's #1 best-selling author, and I am just excited about my new book. We'll talk about it in a moment.
Yes.
And just for being here. I grew up in East New York of Brooklyn,
Okay.
and I call it before crack cocaine came along.
Okay.
And unfortunately, Rachelle, as you know and the world knows, that crack cocaine destroyed communities.
Yes.
Started with an individual,
Yes.
and from the individual families, and from the family societies.
Yes.
And
mainly in a lot of our communities.
and right, urban communities.
Yes,
Exactly,
yes,
exactly.
yes.
And it was targeted. And
Yes.
so we're not just talking about New York.
Right.
We're not just talking about Chicago.
Right.
We're talking about the 50 states.
Right.
52,
Universal,
however
yes.
you want to call it.
Mm-hmm.
And so that became a challenging period as I was growing up. And I just believe that the passion became,
Mm-hmm.
how can we overcome a lot of the challenges that crack cocaine brought? Because growing up, my mom had 10 children, and
I've met most of them.
yeah, she has met most of them. Yes, absolutely.
Oh.
But unfortunately, we lost 3 brothers because of lifestyle, 2 because of drug addiction.
Mm.
And so navigating East New York, my mother always embedded in us and modeled for us,
Mm-hmm.
I want you to do better than I'm doing.
Right.
We grew up on welfare, but we were not embedded with welfare.
Right.
Because she took us down to the welfare center and she showed us what it was like and how you were mistreated.
Yes.
And she says, I want you to hit the books. I don't want you, and this is what she said, I don't want you to be like me, children out of wedlock,
Mm-hmm.
No man around, dependable man, and I want your life to be different. And she says, I want you to go to school. She called it hit the books, keep the skirts down. Now-
Wow, that's a t-shirt word.
Yes. Thank you. I listened up to a point. There were times I didn't keep the skirt down,
Right.
but it was because of low self-esteem.
Yes.
I struggled with a weakness in the eye, which I'm still overcoming, and just certain things I didn't feel good about myself.
Right.
When you think of around the 70s, the 80s, we didn't really have magazines that
Right.
portrayed us
Right.
as Nubian African Americans,
Right.
brown-skinned people
Right.
that portrayed us in a good light.
Right. We had
You
Jet
know.
magazine, but that was once a month.
That was once a month, if you can afford it.
If you can afford it.
If you can afford it.
Exactly.
We were Mom was just trying to make sure she had good food on the table,
Mhm.
shelter, clothing,
Mhm.
and love. And so just looking for love in the wrong places.
Right.
And so overcoming that, and then navigating that drug scene,
Mm-hmm.
where one of my brothers, he came through the windows, stole my clothes, sold it, things like that.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, how do you relate now to your brother after he's,
Right.
so we had a lock on our door.
Yeah.
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 In the housing project, we had a lock on the door. And just trying to navigate life itself. What I started looking at is especially then in the 70s, and 80s, they were saying, well, if you get educated or if you come from a two-parent, parent home,
Right.
that you would come out better.
Absolutely.
And so they were pretty much complimenting and affirming what my mother was saying. And so I decided to take social work because I wanted to learn about why do I behave the way I do? Why am I going through this? Why is society behaving in the way that they're behaving? And to get an understanding of human development. And so that started that track for social work, human behavior, family dynamic. And it's just a matter of being passionate about what God has, given
And you're in
me.
a position now where you can talk about it.
Yes.
Because your words help so many people, because now
Thank
you're
you.
a coach.
Yes.
Now, how did that come about?
Yes. Oh my God. Becoming a life coach. When I started family daycare. First Wall Street and family daycare. And within family daycare, they have child development associates, which I am a child care development associate. And we took family development. And, but my next to the older brother, Sid, you talk about that in the book, he had gotten his girlfriend pregnant. And he was a teen, didn't graduate from high school. And her dad put her out, and she came to live with us. And then we had the social workers coming into our apartment. And just think about it. We had four bedrooms.
Yes.
On the 6th floor in East New York, Brooklyn. And you had 7 children living there. And then we took in the girlfriend, and then now there's a baby. All of those people cramped up in one place, but we made it work. We made it work. Thank you. Yes.
We are so resilient, and we can make something out of nothing in a minute.
Oh my God, it is so true. And my mother was so happy to do it. That was the thing.
Yes.
And so I watched this social work, and I said, I think I want to be a social worker. And then as I got older and I got the social work degree, then the coaching part, we had to do some more trainings. And with that training, I saw the young ladies teaching and the facilitators, and they were called coach, motivators. And at that time, Les Brown, he was becoming more and more popular.
Yes.
And he was, to me, one of the first African Americans that most of us knew as a coach, as a motivator, motivational speaker. And I said, oh, I feel I could do that. And they're teaching us about child development.
And then he's traveling around and doing it.
Yes.
And he's going around because we all knew about
We
Les
all
Brown,
know about it.
Regardless of where you were, where you live.
Exactly.
I'm down south, you're up north, and we both knew
he was national.
That person that was speaking hope and
right.
Resilience and all that stuff into us as children.
Absolutely.
Because we got to hear what our parents were listening to.
Absolutely.
Because who is Les Brown? Yes. But then when you heard him speak,
ooh, you knew who he was.
You knew he was very quickly. So, but
like, are you hungry?
Yeah. and it was always a reason and a message behind that you walked away with.
Yes, definitely.
Because, people can talk, but when you speak, you receive it here and in your heart.
It made a difference.
It made a big difference because Les was one of those orators, that could deliver his message.
True.
Now, and I know your siblings.
Yes.
How many of you are here in the Charlotte area?
In the Charlotte area, I have one brother, surviving brother, and I have one sister that's here.
Yes.
In Charlotte.
My buddy.
Yes, Margaretta Young.
And I know you guys have heard her name many times on my show.
Business developer extraordinaire.
Yes.
And my sister,
Yes.
And then we have a sister that's in Charleston, Yvonne.
Okay.
And then my youngest sister, Kimberly, she's in New Jersey.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And
so we followed my brother. He prayed us here to the Charlotte area, to North Carolina.
And
so
I'm
excited
I'm glad you guys are here because I met you all through your brother.
That's what I understand. I was thinking about that this morning.
Book. He did my coloring book.
Oh,
Yes,
I didn't realize that.
Yes, when I got here from Maryland and I already had my book finished.
Right.
And I said, okay, I have to find a publisher because the one I was using in Maryland, I was like, I need somebody I can see and be in front of.
Yes, true.
And just happened to go through and I saw Brown, so I was like, oh. So I called him up, we met, and the
Right.
rest is history.
Oh,
and
wow.
He did my children's coloring book and
Did a great job.
did an amazing
Yes.
job with it. Amazon, hint, hint. And but and then I met Margaretta because he
Right.
kept saying, "You have to meet my sister. You have," and it was amazing. And then I
Yes.
met sister-in-law Stacy at the
Yes.
catering, amazing catering company. Oh my
Yes,
gosh! And they
Brown
have
Sun
event
Signature.
plannings, and they have events and beautiful. They have a beautiful space here in
Yes.
Harrisburg, but that's a different show. But now we have Moreale, and I keep saying
It's a unique
Moreale.
name, that's
it is,
fine.
but I love it. I think it's
Thank
so pretty,
you.
and I think of moral
Right.
when
yes.
I see it.
Okay.
So, but I say Miss Brown
Okay,
to keep
that's
from
fine.
mispronouncing your name because I call it everything.
Look,
you know.
that's fine.
And but so now you are here in this position where you are now. What are you doing now to help people? I mean, what is your job now?
Oh, gee, wow. Thank you so much. Great question. I wear various hats, and whether you want to say solopreneur or not, that's what I am.
Mm-hmm.
However, the Lord will give me the vision of what He wants me to do.
Okay.
Since coming to Charlotte, North Carolina,
Uh-huh.
I have had 3 years of what I call the Make a Difference, celebration of those individuals that have been laboring in our community, such as a business person, person that's in ministry, whatever the profession is, and highlighting them. And then I had a family development conference. I think it was 2019. We had that via Zoom.
Zoom, right?
Yes,
right.
yes, and politicians, ministers, just talking to families and building them up.
Wow.
And since being part of, Charlotte, I was also on Neo Nation's Blog Talk Radio for about a year, and I would actually just encourage people and coaching them in terms of family development, individual personal development, some business development, but more the importance of education, special education. I'm certified to work with children with special needs. And also one of the, I guess I can call it a signature program, is the Overcoming Grief. I believe that because I dealt with grief in the past and still dealing with grief, I had to learn the stages of grief, and then I began to teach people those stages. And so in coaching, I do leadership development, family development. I also help people to become authors, and my passion is ministry. My passion is education. So we have the Maximized Brilliance Institute, where I like to tag it as teaching brilliant people how to use their brilliance brilliantly.
Wow, another T-shirt. I could see that message on the T-shirt.
Yes,
so, wow.
yes. In my book, and I know we're not talking about the book yet.
I know.
It's when I wasn't labeled, special education, but I was in 4-1, and in the middle of the year, and 4-1 was the advanced class, and this is in New York, and they put me in the middle, switched my class, and transferred me to 4-3. And they said, to my mother, she's in danger of being held back because of reading comprehension. So for a long time, I'm struggling, not just with, how I look or how I feel, but then now you're telling me I'm not smart enough.
Wow.
And thank God, my mom, who was always said, hit the books, even though she couldn't help me with the math, but she gave me motivation.
Right.
And that internally allowed me to go and surround myself with people who loved education. So what I did was, in between junior high school, I surrounded myself with the faster students, or what we call, academically more astute.
Right.
And we would race getting our homework done. At that time, they gave homework. We was able to do it in class.
With books. Yeah,
with books. And we had the books. And so I went to William H. Maxwell Vocational High School, in East New York or Brooklyn. And that taught me a secretarial. And so now today, it's like I'm overcoming, and my passion is to help other people, because what happens is, I believe every human being, there's a genius portion to us, and then there's a challenge portion to us. Rather it's academic, social, emotional, mental. Yes. And I believe that if parents was to focus on not on the weakness of that child,
Right.
but build their strength. And that's what we do in our coaching program. We begin to help you to identify first who you are, and then we help you to discover your, I call it tag, talents, abilities, and giftings.
T-shirt material.
Wow.
Wow.
And
so what were those letters again? T-A-G?
T-A-G. A lot of people say gift, talents, and ability, but because I like acronyms,
yeah,
you know, and that's how I recall talent, your talents, your abilities, and your giftings.
Wow.
And when you can discover your talents,
write that down too.
yes, and I will also say intrinsic talents,
yes,
gift, and abilities, right? Or talents, abilities, and gift, meaning character, integrity, honesty, being ethical.
Yes.
Because you have people who are great at what they're doing,
yes,
but you can't trust them. They don't bring deliverables.
Right.
And so I believe that as a life coach, I am to show people there's morale,
yes,
in Moreale, and to do it differently. And that's what sets me, my program, apart,
right,
you know, from other programs. And not to say that people are not honest, but more people are about the bag.
But you have to almost nowadays teach people how to be ethical.
Yes.
It's not a natural thing anymore.
Right. Yes.
I mean, we were afraid of our parents and mothers growing up, and she said, "Don't steal, don't you know the 10 Commandments meant a lot."
It meant a lot. That's true.
And we were terrified to break any of them.
That's true.
But today, these children, I don't think they even understand about being honest,
right?
And because they think it's what's the big deal?
Yes,
you know, they're living their lives on social media, knowing good and well that it's not real. But I mean, I think your program is something that everyone needs,
right?
Because when you go through an experience when you're young and you grow up without dealing with and facing some of those issues. Through your coaching, you are able to help them see what has been going on with my life.
Right.
The reason I can't succeed, the reason that I can't keep a relationship.
Yes.
And it's something that, you know, it's not a repressed memory because you do know what happened.
Yes.
But like you said, you're so open in your book about what went on with you. So I know that had to be a relief and sort of, you know, allowing you to breathe now because when you hold stuff in for so long.
That's a whole nother show.
We'll
get it a little bit now.
That's an exhaling moment. But how did you feel when you finished? I know this is you have another book.
Yes.
But when you write a book, what do you feel when you when that book is on sale and people are buying it and reading it? How do you feel?
Wow. Yeah. When I first, as you said, it's my second book. With the second book, just to finish it.
Yes.
It's like going through, and I have to say that God bless all the parents who a baby came through your womb, but it's like having a baby. It's like the closer you get, the harder the pain is.
Because it took so long to get to that point.
Yes, to get to that point.
Yes.
The hardest part of writing this book was talking about the death of my brothers.
Okay.
You know, and being there, my brother Johnny, you know, myself, undergirding my mom, going to the hospital, talking to the doctors, Byron in they both would end up in the hospital in 1986. Sid passed 8 years later. Byron passed a year later in 1987, and then I lost a brother in 1998.
Wow.
And Byron was a father figure to me. And so just that chapter was the hardest. And then losing a condominium. Growing up in the projects, East New York, Unity Plaza, Housing Authority. Again, before crack cocaine, a very great community, shooting skelly, playing handball, you know, running down, boys chasing you chasing boys. Neighbors telling, you know, the nosy neighbors when they were concerned.
The neighborhood watch.
The neighborhood watch, exactly. The village.
The
village. My God. Yes, you're right. That's the positive way, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Seriously, yeah. Where they cared.
Yeah.
You know.
And they would tell on you.
And they would tell, yes. And the parents would not, especially my mother, they would not go, oh, you telling on my daughter. No.
No. Thank you.
You know, exactly.
Thank you
exactly.
for
oh my
calling
God.
me or sending somebody to let me know.
Yes, to
yes.
let me know what she's doing and
Oh,
she's hiding
yes.
here and she's doing
street
this.
light going out.
Yeah.
And
That's the thing. Well, my mother didn't even have to be sitting down there doing tenant patrol. The neighbors did it, you
That's
know?
right.
And they would, we looked out for each other.
Oh, yes.
gosh, I
We
miss
had
those
neighborhood
days.
watches before we even knew what
See,
neighborhood watches were.
exactly,
My mom was sitting
exactly.
at home waiting. Y'all already know. I already know what you did. I
Right, I already know.
Like, yeah,
Oh.
right. But, you
Right,
know, so.
right.
But yeah,
So with the book, that was the hardest part, and I ended up uploading it to Amazon without photos. And then when I got the book, I started going through it, and this is just the realness of writing your book.
Mm-hmm.
I saw a few errors, and then I decided I want to restructure some of the chapters and then have it to, you know, a better flow.
Mm-hmm.
And that was a process. And so as I wrap this part up, it's finished. I'm excited about it. And as I talk to people who are like-minded, like yourself, Rachelle, and they're pouring into me, like how big, it's not just a book.
Right.
You know, minding me, my mindset, my momentum.
Right.
It is a movement. It's a transformational journey that I had to take in changing my mindset to realize, yes, you grew up on welfare, but welfare is not your inheritance.
Right. That's a
You
chapter.
You know, yes, they switched your class, but you graduated with a master's degree.
Yes.
And God bless all of those that are cum laude and all of that. Well, 3, 4, 4, 8, you know, and I didn't feel good about myself, low self-esteem, but now I love myself.
Absolutely.
I enjoy being by myself.
Absolutely.
You know, I was promiscuous, but I'm no longer promiscuous.
Right.
And,
Right.
you know, and so where I was an introvert and we called it shy then.
Yes.
And so with being shy, that really means low self-esteem.
Yes.
And so I have to learn
Yes.
to go from and changing the mindset and surrounding myself and reading materials, surrounding myself with the right people so
Right.
that I can help you.
Right. And that's one of the
overcome.
reasons I wanted her here, because my goal with my business, Rachelle Logan Media,
Yes.
is to teach respect, discipline, and self-confidence.
Oh, yes. Yes, definitely.
So with those three, you can't go wrong.
You can't.
Regardless of who it is, what your
Right.
background is. If
Yes.
you have discipline, respect, and self-confidence,
Ooh.
I think you can manage to
Yes.
break cycles
True. Exactly. And that's what it's about.
and look at yourself, like you said, focusing
Right.
on the positive things and not the
Right.
negative
Not the
things.
negative.
So, but at that note, I'm gonna take a quick break. Got to pay the bills.
Yes.
And when we come back, Miss Brown we will talk about and dive into this book right here. Okay?
Yes.
This is Lady Rachelle of the Are You Ready podcast. We will be right back. Okay. Now I'm gonna stop it.
Alrighty.